All my horror friends, I'm David with Terrible Reviews, and if you like all things horror, make sure you hit the follow button. Today's review, Gremlins 2, The New Batch. Now, I have seen this one a few times, so I already know what it's about, but let's get into the review and talk about Gremlins 2. Terrible review. So, what happens when you give a director full creative control, a way bigger budget than the first movie, and that director doesn't really want to make the second movie? You get Gremlins 2. So, this movie is insane, and I have to say it's insane in the best ways possible. Let's get into the scores and find out why. So, starting off with terror, is this movie scary? No, not at all. I can barely call this movie even a horror movie. But it's still in the genre. But this one definitely gets a 1 for terror. Now onto the gore, and just remember I include special effects in the gore category. So when I say gore, it's also meaning like just the effects in the movie itself. But the effects in this movie and the gore in this movie is amazing. The puppets, of course, they had the way bigger budget for this one. The puppets, the animatronics, everything in this movie looks amazing. There's some like drawn animation stuff in here, as well as stop motion that didn't hold up as well in the movie, but the puppets and all the practical things make up for it immensely in this movie. They are way beyond good, and way better than in the first movie. I have to give this one a 5 out of 5. They knocked it out of the park in the ending scenes with the deaths. Completely gross and look terrific. Now onto the story. Now you'd think like a movie like this that is majorly a comedy movie, it is not in any way like horror themed practically for most of the movie, but a comedy themed movie like this that is fourth wall breaking, that is like aware of itself, makes fun of itself, makes fun of plot holes from the first movie, that it might not be that great or like written well, but to be honest, they knocked it out of the park with this. Like most of the jokes work. Anytime the Gremlins are on the screen, you're having a blast watching this movie. The direction was fine. The setting was like a kind of like sci-fi-ish 1990. The actors, there's several that returned from the first movie. The new actors play into the roles really well. Again, it is a comedy, so there's just a bunch of weird characters in this movie, including the weird gremlins and everything, but everything works. And it's just really, really entertaining. They did a wonderful job for a movie that wasn't supposed to be good. So this movie, I will give it a 4 out of 5 for story. And then lastly, is this movie fun? This is more fun for me than the first movie was. This movie is insane. It's a Saturday morning cartoon just brought to life, and with terrific practical effects, terrific gore, and a decent story and really good writing. This movie is a blast. No matter if you even like didn't like the first movie, I still recommend you check out this movie. But I give this one a 5 out of 5. Is it terrifying or terrible? It is terrible, but in the best ways possible. It is so much fun to watch in the worst way. So this one is just too good. Definitely, if you haven't seen Gremlins 2, go check it out. Once you do check it out, if you haven't seen the Key and Peele sketch about this movie, it is like spot on, like how the writers had to be thinking like going into this movie. So definitely watch that too. It's hilarious, especially if you've already seen the movie. Well, yeah, that's my review for Gremlins 2. Have you seen it? Let me know in the comments down below what you thought, and I'll see you guys in the next video.